Roll up the papers. It's time to meet your maker. Pour one out for the friends that you'll ignore. So go and smoke your veggies now. 'Cause we gotta go to the Midwest Degens show. The sitcom dream on, burning and shine glow.
Welcome back to the Midwest Degenerate Show. I'm Alex. He's Caleb. Back at you with another episode.
How's it going, everybody?
Hell yeah. So we'll start off tonight's episode. Had a lot over the weekend. WBC, hockey, UFC 326. I feel like overall we did. I don't know about you. I mean, I'm not sure on your end. I know you had a few wins. A few good wins throughout the weekend, but I went on an absolute fucking heater this weekend.
Yeah, I did good on my World Baseball Classic slips. Pretty much yesterday was my first day having one miss. For the fights, my slips I wanted to hit obviously didn't hit. But I'm going to take whatever wins I did get.
Amen. That's all we can do around these parts. I don't think anything. I mean, mine were just. I'm scrolling through for our viewers right now to be able to see. I just had a bunch of 4 and 5 leg parlays hit, a 3-legger hit, fucking some last second specials I put in for the fights. Those ended up hitting. Where is it at? Where's my prelim card or prelim one that I had hit? Right here. Yeah, had a 6-leg on the prelim sheet. Perfectly hit on that. Which I do want to do a little bit of a weird impromptu won't be a repeating award. And that's for Cody Garbrandt. Regardless of how you fought Cody, you won the Balls of Steel award. You got the Shaquille O'Neal Balls of Steel award.
Yeah, I mean, and don't let that take away from the fact that he was gifted that win just based off of the 3 nut shots.
Oh no, absolutely not. Like we'd be lying if we said that we didn't think it was, or like we'd be lying if we said we didn't know it was because of the nut shots. But dude has balls of steel. Dude puked in the fucking octagon and then went back out there and got kicked in the balls again. If anyone's got fucking metal nuts, it's that guy right there. Then I think the only other one of substance I really want to just talk about real quick is we had that, or the one that got the boys riled up at work. That absolute fucking. I gotta go in Missouri for that one. That just absolute retard stinker I had over last week. Where is it? Yeah, right here. The puck line slip from hockey last week. I believe that was the night, March 5th. Was that Thursday night?
Let me check the calendar real quick.
Yeah, Thursday night. So the day after we filmed our pod, had that one hit for $76, which now has created a bet between me, Caleb, and one of our coworkers to see who can be the first to make a hundo off of $1.
Yeah, I didn't do it tonight.
I didn't even try. I was busy doing stupid shit, unfortunately, but gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Yeah.
And then WBC, I know you had a good slip win on that. What was it, 7 legs?
Yeah, 7 legs, 50 cents, or was it 50 cents for $1? I don't know, it was one of the two for 34.
That's a fucking good win right there. Yeah, so it was a pretty good weekend for the both of us, I'd say. Had some decent wins. Um, moving on from just kind of like, oh, fucking yeah, moving on from our recap. Uh, Free agency started today in the NFL. Fucking NDSU got their schedule released, and I figured we could just kind of take a quick look at NDSU, their football schedule for next year. I will say
Oh yeah.
my surpriser for this one was I did not expect that to be the FCS game that they kept.
Yeah, no, against Jacksonville State and against Fordham. Yeah, I didn't expect those. I was really hoping it would be either North Dakota or South Dakota State.
Oh, they only have one
Preferably the two
FCS.
of them.
Fordham's the only FCS because Jacksonville State moved up.
When did they move up?
23,
Oh
22,
shit.
23. Yeah, it was a fairly recent move up. Um,
That was probably one of those ones because that was 2023 was the year we had all the crazy realignments, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I think that's one that just kind of got swept under the rug.
yeah. There were a lot of those group of five teams that made pretty like drastic relocations conference wise, but just because we had fucking Texas and Oklahoma going in the SEC, fucking the entire
Fucking the
Pac-12.
Pac-12. Yeah.
Which, speaking of Pac-12, looking at this schedule, we got one matchup that stands out as we've already talked about them on the pod before. Oh, I didn't realize this. The Bison going all the way to fucking Sacramento, California to play the Sacramento State Hornets. I feel like
It,
that definitely feels like one where they're just like, hey, you two teams just moved up and there are no other opponents we could give you guys. Here you go.
yeah, it don't matter. We'll go squash them in Sacramento again.
Hmm. Coming as a NDSU almost alumni, Caleb, which one of these matchups has you the most worried?
Honestly, the only one that has me worried is the November 14th matchup at Hawaii. And it's just because who knows how the boys are going to take the flight and the long ass travel all the way from Fargo all the way to fucking where are they? Honolulu?
Yep, Honolulu. Yeah, I don't. It'll be fun to see. Do you think the Bison have ever? It's gonna be silly. It's gonna sound like we're talking about the Dolphins, but do you think the Bison have ever seen weather that nice?
I mean, what? Frisco.
Uh, Not as humid, I think. I don't know. I've never been to Hawaii. I've just heard it's pretty humid jungle style climate.
I'd say that's probably going to be the best environment they've ever been in.
Oh, and it's a
I
small
mean, I'm
stadium
probably
too.
I'm probably missing like oh some Florida matchup or like some Florida FCS matchup that they've probably had at some point in time or
Even
fucking
Louisiana.
SoCal, yeah, Louisiana. But I'd say just for the area and everything, that's probably going to be the nicest weather that they've had to play in.
They got lucky. They scored lucky, I will say. I saw that UTEP matchup on their schedule, and I was a bit worried for a second. Looking at it, it looks like they pulled pretty lucky draws on the schedule outside of the Honolulu. They have. I could see. I don't think Sacramento State. They're not good enough. I don't. They're not gonna be good enough to compete even at home. What I will
No.
say is that watch out for uh New Mexico. Sounds crazy, but who is it? Okay, is it Jason Eck? Yeah, Jason Eck is the coach of the New Mexico Lobos, and he had them going 9-3 last season. They put a, I think they played Minnesota in a bowl game. Could be wrong, but they had a fucking good bowl game win, I believe. Um, fuck.
How many of those guys actually stuck around for another year?
Well, we're gonna have to let me. If we're getting this, I didn't expect to get this deep. Let me get to 24/7 Sports. Transfer portal home. Where teams? You can search the ship by teams. I just gotta remember how.
Well, at least the Mexico fans are getting something to cheer about.
Yeah, we were just discussing earlier about how they don't really have shit to root for out there outside of MLS.
Yeah.
Well, this could be bad because I'm up to number 100 and I don't see shit for them. Okay, so their transfer class. They're lower where they at. I just saw them and now here we go. They're 125th out of 100 and they're 125th in the transfer portal. Squeezed neatly in between Louisiana Tech, Western Michigan, and Delaware.
Is that bringing guys in or having people leave?
Pulled a QB from Oregon, pulled a wide receiver from UNLV, pulled a tight end from USC, Memphis running back, another tight end from Sac State, cornerback from Ball State, Cal. I'd have to go in the nitty gritty to get the in depth on these guys, but they have a good amount. They got bringing 16 in, and they only got 14 leaving. And it
And how
looks like
many, I don't know if it'll show you, but how many seniors did they have on this last team?
uh, I'm not even gonna lie. I just straight fucking Google AI'd it, and it says roughly 15 to 20.
Yeah, they barely got enough to, on the low end, they barely have enough to cover what they have leave.
And even
And who
then, looking
knows
at
how well
their
these guys that they're bringing in, how well they're going to transfer into the program, how well they're going to take to the new playbook and everything.
and I know I said they have 16 incoming transfers, but they have two kickers and a punter are three of those 16. So I don't know. I mean, I know punting and kicking are pivotal parts of the fucking game, but bringing that many in seems like an interesting choice.
Yeah.
So, that and then San Jose State. The way San Jose State is every year they have a wide receiver who finishes like first in the nation in receiving yards, but gets like no awards. I could definitely see that being and it's in San Jose too.
I think the Bison will get it on the road.
I think they can too. I'm just trying to think of possible challenges for these boys because they're like we both know they're gonna most like fuck man okay, I will say Jacksonville State, that's a sleeper game. Jacksonville State has an insane rush offense, and it isn't just
Well,
like run it.
every time we played them in the FCS, we fucking mopped the floor with them.
Well, we'll have to see. I'm just saying, like FBS level, they were put like Conference USA. I'm pretty sure they were fucking Conference USA champs, or it was either they were champs or runner-ups for Conference USA, and they just have a really tricky fucking run scheme. Like they'll have a dude start rushing up in between the fucking center and the guard. They'll have someone running up between the guard and the center, and then he'll flip the fucking ball back to the quarterback, who will then take off to the left side for like a 15-20 yard gain. Like they're tricky bastards. So I wouldn't sleep on that one to be like, I still think Bison win it, but I wouldn't sleep on that one to be like a good 28-31 or a fucking like 35-28 affair there.
Yeah.
UNLV, that's the one everyone is talking about. UNLV is gonna be a fun game. And then, like you said, Hawaii. They had a good year last year. Hawaii literally just they made bowl eligibility in their first 6 games. So then after that, they're like, we don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So I think that's all I got for, or like in terms of like thoughts about the Bison football schedule. Shout out them on winning the summit.
Yeah, shout out to North Dakota State. My Bison going back to the March Madness tournament for the first time since 2019. Hopefully we don't get screwed come this Sunday whenever it comes to the
Selection.
seedings and everything. I hope we get the respect that we deserve. I'd be happy with like either a 5 or a 6 seed. I feel like anything less than that's just going to be disrespectful.
I completely agree with you. Summit is not an easy. People sleep on some of those mid majors, man, but they don't understand that if those guys could stop beating the shit out of each other, they'd be a Power 4 conference, you know?
Oh yeah.
Then the other thing I was thinking about covering here before we start going into picks was free agency started up today. And I could be wrong, but I feel
we
like
just had
another one?
another deal come through like 5 minutes ago.
Dun-na-na, dun-na-na.
Linebacker
Devin Lloyd.
Devin Lloyd is set to sign a 3-year, $45 million deal with the Panthers.
Sweeper. Fucking sweeper right there. That's a sweeper addition to the
And
Panthers.
then, I just want to go over the Chiefs free agency so far because
You're
it
very
is
passionate.
a absolute joke so far.
3. They have 3 people.
3 people for a combined. Let me do some math here. So they signed Kenneth Walker to a 3-year deal worth $43 million in total. 28.7 mil of that's guaranteed. So 2/3 of the contract is guaranteed. But that adds to their salary cap, what they had to spend. So we'll go ahead and add that 43,000 to it. They signed a defensive lineman, Kairos Tonga, to a 3-year, $21 million deal, 7 mil a year on average. Guaranteed at signing was 14 mil. So again, another 2/3 of the contract guaranteed. Then the worst signing they did at overall is fucking Travis Kelce. 1 year, $12 million. He's going to get about $1 million, a little under $1 million a catch this next year.
We're fucking paying 12 people $12 million because they're associated with Taylor Swift. What the fuck are we doing? He is not gonna. He fell. Let's go to the 2025 stat sheet. 2025 stat sheet.
And mind you, with them cutting Juwan Taylor, they're still eating $20 million of his salary.
76 receptions, 851 yards, and 5 touchdowns. We both know that's going to drop off significantly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I think I'll give him a little more credit than you said, what, 15 catches, 70 yards?
Yeah, 15 catches, 75 yards, and maybe a touchdown.
I'll give him 20. I'll give him 25 just because of the way the fucking Chiefs play, dude. They play like such pansy asses. I see him getting 25 for 250 and 3/4 of a touchdown. So like probably like they put him in at fullback and then they just force him over the end or the goal line because he hasn't got a touchdown and it's week 18. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then I don't know if you've seen as well, but they lost another guy to the Rams.
Yep.
Jalen Watson signed a 3-year,
51
$51
mil.
million deal.
That defense
17
is
mil a year.
the Chiefs are back to
Uh,
Mahomes is back. Mahomes is gonna have to be doing what he did in his fucking rookie contract where he was putting up fucking 54, 51 games. If he wants any chance this next year. Gave up their backup, which when your backup's Gardner Minshew, I feel like that's important as well.
yeah, I mean they've spent 76 million a day in the span of what, 3 hours?
Yep.
Let me Google. I want to double check. I don't want to be lying to people.
I don't know if you can see it, but are you able to see everyone that they haven't re-signed yet?
I haven't checked yet.
I'm gonna send this link to you.
Yeah,
Over.
they are in deep. They are well over their salary cap.
Yeah, and then not to mention,
Do you know what the Chiefs' salary cap was going into today?
what was it?
24.5 million.
24.5 million.
Yes.
Jesus.
Let me see here. So it looks like yeah, so they still have several guys that are free agents. You got Isaiah Pacheco, Nico Remigio, Matt Ariza, Eric Scott, Mike Caliendo, Keontae Ingram, Janarius Robinson, Tyquan Thornton, Damian Pierce, Mike Edwards, Dion Bush, Mike Pennell, Robert Tonyan Jr., Leo Chanel, Eric Nottie, Juju Smith-Schuster, Kareem Hunt, Jerry Tillery, Nazeeh Johnson, Jack Cochran, Charles Omenihu, Marquise Brown, Michael Dana, and then he's listed on here, even though it's just because they're eating the contract for next year. They're eating the salary contract for next year. They still have Jawan Taylor on here.
Mm-hmm. All those fucking pieces, man. They're
And they don't have the money to re-sign them.
yeah, like the ones that I'm.
Like I said, and everybody thinks that I am nuts for saying this. Re-signing Travis Kelce set them back 5 years.
Like, I'm looking here. So you signed Kenneth Walker as a free agent, which Super Bowl MVP, dude, had like the game of a lifetime. Like, good shit. But what I'm noticing here is if you come and look at the fucking free agents that they have to either re-sign or whatever, which, as we discussed, no room to fucking re-sign them. They're unrestricted free agents coming out of the Chiefs. Isaiah Pacheco, Damian Pierce, and Kareem Hunt. They only have Kenneth Walker in that running back room. Kenneth Walker is gonna show up to the Chiefs, and he's gonna be like, "So where's my running back boys? Where's my boys to hang out with?" And they're gonna be like, "Oh,
They're
you have
gonna have
none."
to get him some rookie. They're gonna have to get somebody out of college, and who knows who they're gonna be able to get or
And
who they're gonna want to get.
it's not a good year for fucking. It's not really a good year for running backs. Like I can think of maybe two or three, both where the Chiefs landed at being first team out of the play or one of the first teams out of the playoffs. And fucking when did they drop out? Like week 17, they were out of the race.
Week 16.
Do you know where they're picking from?
I know their first pick is the 9th, and I want to say they picked up the 29th from the Rams.
And you can never, especially considering they just got Kenneth Walker, you can't justify a first on a running back.
No. I mean, you can never justify a first on a running back. I think there's been
Jahmyr Gibbs.
enough evidence to show it's not worth wasting your first round pick on a running back, no matter how good they are. It's because of like the short career time span that they have. But you're going to pay them for that first round draft money. You're not going to get a return on investment.
Yeah, you're not. And then also you got Marquise Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster, both of those guys leaving. So now you got what? Rashee Rice and Worthy in the wide receiver room, and that's it. I'm pretty sure fucking Sky Moore even left.
Guy Moore wasn't even on the team last year.
He
went
wasn't?
to fucking San Fran.
Oh, I thought he was on. I probably just got that shit confused because I saw his name.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like I've been saying, Chiefs are going 2-15 this year.
Matt Gay to the Raiders. That just hit right now.
Really?
Yep. So Raiders got a kicker now. Honestly, Raiders are gonna beat the Chiefs both times.
Oh yeah.
That's a crazy thought to have. That's just crazy to think about. Yeah, their punters up for fucking free agency. Their Chiefs. Let's see, sports betting, NFL.
I don't think we got anything yet.
I fucking wish, man. Wish I had over unders. I'd put that some bitch. Fucking under 6.5.
They still have them favorited. They still have the Chiefs favorited to win the AFC West, plus 170.
They're favorited for the West.
Yes.
I'm taking Broncos again.
I'm holding out for the Raiders to sign Kyler Murray. And once the Raiders sign Kyler Murray, I'm going to put money on the Raiders.
Honestly, may put money on the Raiders right now while they're still at plus 2,000. Also, I'm looking at these odds right below the AFC West on FanDuel, my brother. We're hammering that Dallas plus 270.
You sure you're not thinking the Giants?
Well, anyway, it's anyone but the Eagles. Because the Eagles broke the record of fucking winner of the division. Not like there was a 20, I think it was like a 20-year streak where the NFC East had not been won by the same team in back-to-back years. And then the Eagles fucking broke that. But I can tell you one thing, the NFC East is not going to allow a three-peat.
Hear me out. New York Jets winning the AFC East.
I don't hate it, but the amount that they have to overcome to get there. I like the Dolphins more.
Have they decided what they're doing with Tua yet?
Tua to the Falcons, or Tua got sent to the Falcons today on a 1-year deal, and then Malik Willis is their new
Oh, he
QB.
did.
Yeah, yeah. Tua's with the Falcons now, and Malik Willis is QB1 in Miami.
Yeah, I seen what you're talking about. Willis went to Miami. Really hope that opens up the Packers to go after Trey Lance from the Chargers. I don't think he's a free agent. I can check real quick. But I feel like Trey Lance on the Packers would be phenomenal.
Also, we're hammering. Okay, I'm looking at this right now, and I am telling you, my brother, these odds makers might be fucking retarded. They might be just fucking stupid. I'm looking at NFC South odds. The Saints and Panthers are the two least favorite teams to win. But the two teams who have been moving the most in free agency today, fucking Saints and Panthers. Or just looking at odds, how do you feel about Minnesota to win the North?
Let's see here. Where are they at? Honestly,
I always say that because they
I,
would randomly stomp the North.
I don't know because of fucking 9.
I watched him carry that team to 8-9 at the end of the season.
Yeah, but you never know what you're gonna get with him.
What if he just
So
like
yeah, if the Packers do want to get Trey Lance, then they're gonna have to trade for him, which I feel like we could easily give up a first round pick.
you don't even need to give up a pick, just give up a fucking compensatory pick. Where you don't even
Nah, give
say
him a
what pick
first
it is.
round pick. We're just gonna waste it on some piece of shit that's not gonna do anything anyways.
I mean, you're not wrong. Matt Golden is what? Wide receiver 4 on the Packers?
Yeah,
I mean, he's what? First wide receiver in the first round for the Packers in like 20 years?
something like that. Long ass time.
Yeah, we're dealing with the grade A. I saw someone died from the Packers recently, like their president of operations or something.
Oh shit, I didn't see that.
Rough
Um,
fucking week in Wisconsin, I guess.
let's see here. Are the Bills the only team going into a new stadium this year?
Tennessee? I think new Nissan should be
I'm
finished.
googling it real quick.
Which, considering your ties to the state of Tennessee, you should go to a fucking game there.
I think so. I think I'm going to try to. Yeah. The Bills are going to be the only ones moving into new digs for the 2026 season. In 2027, the Titans are going to be moving into their new stadium.
Oh, so not this season, but next season.
Yeah.
All right. And then don't we have? I feel like we have someone the next year. I feel like it's every year for a while that we have a team building a new stadium.
Shit.
Because who
Who
else was it?
was it?
Who was it that just announced besides the Chiefs?
Uh, Denver's still building. They're still working on the plans for Great Value Field.
Chicago.
Um, I think we're still waiting on them to announce actual plans.
Well, they've clarified it's going to be in Hammond, Indiana. They just haven't decided like what that is. Like they just like renderings and shit, you know.
For some reason, I want to say it's the Browns in 2028.
Honestly, I could see. Hear
Now,
me
I
out.
know the Jags, they're not getting a new stadium per se, but they are undergoing
Renovation.
a massive renovation that I think's going to take like 2 years to get done. I could be wrong on that,
Man, that
but
hot
I
tub
think we
is gonna
could
be
be thinking
beautiful.
of that too.
That hot tub is gonna be a beauty.
Oh yeah. Then we know the Chiefs, they're moving to Shawnee, Kansas, and becoming the Shawnee Indigenous leaders in 2031.
Fucking lame.
Still waiting on the Anheuser-Busch Corporation to buy the Seattle Seahawks and move them to St. Louis and turn them into the River Chickens.
There's the Battlehawks. We need to see our first instance of a UFL team being incorporated into the NFL.
I think they're just too far away on that one. I don't think we'll ever see that in our lifetime.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably
I mean,
you're
don't
right.
get me wrong. I could see at some point, maybe the UFL getting bought out by the NFL, and then it kind of be treated as like a
AAA or Double A.
like a triple A almost, like a minor league for the NFL. Like guys that aren't quite ready out of college, or even like some of the undrafted free agents, they can get signed by teams to the minor league affiliate, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to use that, going off of baseball references. But
Yeah,
sign them to a 2-year deal playing there. See if they want to bring them up, move on from there. Or if there's a guy that they sign with like a first round pick, but he's not doing too hot, halfway through the first year, go
send
ahead
them
and send
down.
him down to send him down to AAA.
I think that's I think it's a great idea. And I feel like we did. Well, I mean, we did have that. We had the fucking Europe League, in the
Yeah,
2000s and the 90s, and I felt like that was a great system. And I honestly don't know why they moved on from having that. I mean, I'm sure it was probably like a money and attendance deal, but
yeah,
or
I'd say it probably has something to do with logistics too.
like travel and whatnot.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I just think it would be so fun to like imagine you're just like you're in some like I don't know. Imagine
I
if
mean,
NFL
just remember Dante Hall came from an NFL Europe program.
Adam Vinatieri came from an NFL Europe program. Uh, but no, my thing with it is I just feel like we need to like I think it would be a great idea to have some of those teams exist, and then in like early season, the way that college has FCS tune-up games, have the pros have fucking minor league tune-up games.
Like instead of preseason games where you just have third stringers playing third stringers, have your starters play against their starters.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be so fun.
Yeah.
You may see like some crazy like 100 to fucking 10, but it'd be fun.
Oh yeah.
Um, we got shot the shit pretty fucking hard on the NFL there. Uh, Tournament week, Caleb. Tournament week. We made that slip few weeks or last week, I believe, on who we believe to win each conference. And High Point won the Big South, and North Dakota won the Summit. Long Island is projected still to win the Northeast. But these fucking East Tennessee State fucking, I don't even know what their mascot is. Fucking rolled their conference and then make it to the conference tournament, and they only have to play one game, I think, and they fucking throw it.
Yeah. Well, they had to win. They had to win tonight, then they would have had to win tomorrow as well.
Oh, they just fucking suck.
Yeah.
Um, I think I'm gonna have to get off of FanDuel to fucking view the tourneys.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to hop over to ESPN.
Oh, sweet. NCAA has a good site. Oh, well, it has a fucking slip of the winners. So already here we have High Point out of the Big South, UNI, Northern Iowa. I said an Iowa team was winning that day. They won Arch Madness. UNI fucking won Arch Madness. Good on them boys. LIU. I guess it hasn't updated, or well, oh no, they haven't had the championship yet, but LIU, since nobody can get into the tourney besides them, they got the bid. Tennessee State. What conference is that? The Ohio, or Tennessee State wins the Ohio Valley. North Dakota State wins the Summit. What the fuck conference is this? Oh, the Atlantic Sun Conference. Yeah, so I mean, pretty good. I mean, those boys won, but looking here, do you just want to stick to? Do you want to cover all of these, or do you just want to cover the big ones?
Um,
Because I'll send you this link here. It's like a shortcut that fucking takes you to all the different conference tourney websites, so you can look at like either who has one or what the matchups are looking like. I want to see. It doesn't say. It says the Sun Belt Championship was tonight at 6, but
let's see here.
got it pulled up here. Troy. Yep, Troy ended up winning the Sun Belt.
Shut up, Peyton Manning. I hate those ads that just play whenever the hell they want to play.
I agree. Just based off what I'm seeing in terms of like what already has happened and what hasn't, I think our best bet is the whack, the SWAC, SEC. We can cover Patriot League championship because that's tomorrow, or that's Wednesday. Ohio Valley, they won that. That's one. I'd say like Mountain West MAC, Ivy League, Conference USA, Big West, Big Ten, Big East, Big 12, ACC, Atlantic 10. We'll just go through them. How about that? We'll just go one by one. Do you got that
Yeah.
website?
Uh, it wasn't one. I couldn't figure it out.
Fair enough. All right, so I got the American uh conference bracket pulled up. Uh, Opening round. Let me know whenever you're at the bracket for the American.
I believe I am there.
Hell yeah. All right. So opening round on Wednesday, we got Tulane going up against Memphis, Temple going up against FAU. I like FAU over Temple. I like Tulane over Memphis. How you feel about that one, Caleb?
Mm. You said you like Temple over Florida Atlantic?
No, I like Florida Atlantic over Temple.
Okay. Uh, yeah, I can agree with you on that one. Um, but I can't agree with you on Tulane over Memphis. I think Memphis is going to get the upper hand there.
All right. All right. I'm not well informed on Memphis basketball, so I'll take your word for that. So then that would
Well,
put it.
just from what
Oh,
I've seen out of Tulane, their past couple of games, they haven't been too impressive. Whereas Memphis has still been able to scratch them out. If I remember correctly, Memphis beat Tulane during the regular season.
wait, Tulane beat Memphis or Memphis beat Tulane?
Memphis beat Tulane.
All right. Yeah, then that just makes sense. I will follow that as well. When it comes to Tulane, I kind of just have a bit of weird bias towards him. Funny mascot. Um, so then that would put us for our second round here. That'd put us looking at Memphis versus or number 8 Memphis versus number 5 Charlotte, and then FA number 7 FAU going into North Texas. Um, I guess we can for these matchups we can just kind of like I don't even know. I'll just say what I think, and then you can go and say what you think, and if you disagree, give Uh,
Yeah.
so Memphis at Charlotte. I think Charlotte's gonna be able to pull that out against Memphis. FAU against UNT. Love Denton. Love North Texas, but I think FAU has them in that one.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you on there. Charlotte's just a completely different team whenever it comes to having quote unquote home court advantage, which technically for that matchup they will be the home team. Granted, it is at I believe a neutral site.
The only team with home field throughout this entire tourney is going to be UAB.
So yeah, I don't know. Charlotte's a lot closer than Memphis is to Birmingham, Alabama. You know, there's going to be a lot more people from Charlotte there than people from Memphis. Um, yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go Charlotte there.
Yeah, I just the only. I mean, I feel like it'd be worth putting a little bit of pocket change on Memphis to win, just considering they'll already have a tourney match under their belt going into that matchup against Charlotte, which I definitely feel like is going to be helpful for them. Um, but I still think Charlotte is going to be able to make the difference, or is going to be able to adjust to the playing time difference and get the win. Whereas UNT, I don't think they're going to be able to.
Yeah, no, I mean, don't get me wrong. North Texas has been a good team all year. I I just think Florida Atlantic's going to put the pace on them, and North Texas isn't going to be able to keep up with them. They're just going to be running up and down the court with them the whole
Yeah,
the whole fucking game.
I completely agree. Um, moving on from that one, that puts us with Charlotte versus number 4 UAB, and then let's see what's this one gonna put us at? That would put us at FAU versus Tulsa. I'm gonna start
And
with. Oh wait, what?
I was gonna say, because Birmingham's gonna have home court advantage, but they also haven't played in what I will say will be like 4 or 5 days at that point. I think there's going to be rust on them, whereas Charlotte, they're still going to be moving fluidly up and down the court. There's not going to be any hiccups in the ball movement or anything. I'm going to take Charlotte upsetting UAB.
Wow. Uh, I mean, considering where it is in the tourney, 2 games played compared to no games played, I do think Charlotte is gonna where it can. This one's tough because I like Charlotte as a dog here, but at the same time, my brain is telling me that the play is to go Charlotte to cover, like whatever the spread is, Charlotte to cover it. But I still think UAB wins just because the home field. But I think you're psyching me into it. I mean, we've already discussed it. They'll Charlotte, they'll have already played a matchup in the tourney at that point. UAB won't. I think Charlotte will be able to make a difference on that quarterfinal matchup.
Yeah.
And I got big upset for this Tulsa game. This FAU Tulsa, I'm taking FAU.
Mm.
They'll have already ran 2 tourney games. Two, I mean, Temple, not, I mean, they're the 10th seed, so not the best
But
program.
Tulsa is one of those teams that you always expect to find their way into the tournament.
Yeah, but at the same
Whether it
time,
be whether it be an at large bid, which they get quite a bit. I'm not gonna lie, they do get several at large bids, but even if they don't get that, they still manage to find a way to win the fucking conference and make it in anyways.
my thing is with like with the FAU, it's just the upward trend of the program that has me leaning towards them over Tulsa. Like I think they're taking Tulsa's spot. Like FAU, they had that fucking what was it, a Final Four appearance in 23, and then they made it back.
I believe so.
Yeah, Final Four. I'm pretty sure it was either an Elite Eight or a Final Four appearance as a 9 seed. Come back the next year as the 8 seed. Don't make it last year. I think they're like, especially like at that point in the tourney or this tourney, they're gonna 2 games played, 2 games won. They're the 7 seed going up against a 3. They're gonna want to make it to that fucking. They're gonna want to make it to that national tourney, and I just see them getting the fucking. I see them pulling the dub.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it being done, but at the same time, it's just the fact that oh shit, this might actually wind up being a good game here. Mexico and USA.
Oh, the baseball game.
Yeah. Mexico scored 3 unanswered runs over the past 3 innings.
Shit.
But yeah, no, what I was saying, Tulsa, I think they're gonna do everything they can to pull it out. I like your thought on FAU, so I'd be willing to go FAU to cover the spread.
FAU to cover the spread.
Yeah.
I,
I can't sell myself on FAU squeezing past Tulsa.
I do think. Hear me out. My reasoning. So I think FAU. Personally, I think FAU is going to be able to do it. I think their tourney dreams and the program's tourney dreams and the school's tourney dreams are higher than Tulsa's are at this current point in time. My one thing though is this next matchup on this side. So for this matchup between Tulsa and FAU, we'll take FAU to cover the spread in this hypothetical game if it happens. But this next matchup, regardless of if it's FAU or Tulsa, Wichita State is winning.
Yeah, Wichita State's one of those powerhouses. You can't bet against them. The only way I'd be willing to bet against them was if fucking Louisville was still in the American.
But they dipped out of there.
Yeah.
And then that puts us with Charlotte going up against South Florida. South Florida, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Bulls are gonna get that one.
It just sucks because we spent all this time talking about these teams, and then we're just like, the 1 and 2 are just gonna beat them.
Well, I mean, it's look at the seasons they had. I mean, their only losses really are to each other whenever it comes to the conference.
Yeah. Wait, so both of these guys, I haven't, I don't have like a link on the site I'm on to track that, or like a conference, like it doesn't have conference matchups that these guys have played. So USF and Wichita State have only lost to each other.
I want to say I can double check real quick. I mean, by real quick, I mean give me a bit.
Oh, no worries.
See here, we're in the American. So Wichita, they're 21 and 10. Doesn't tell me what they are in the conference. Wichita State lost to Tulsa, South Florida.
They're 13 and 5 in conference,
Charlotte,
and USF is
Rice,
15-3.
FAU.
Well, then that poses the question because if Wichita State dropped a game to Tulsa and FAU, and that's the one game we can't pick, but if they dropped a game to both of them, do we like an upset
They
there instead?
lost. They lost to South Florida by 8. It was 66-58. And then Tulsa, they lost by 10,
Ooh.
93-83.
Ooh. Do we take back our pick on that?
And FAU, they lost by. Fuck, they almost lost by 20, 67-85.
So using basketball math, going back on that
And
pick.
first time, sorry to keep interrupting you.
No worries, I'm doing the same. My bad.
First State and South Florida matched up. Wichita State won 86-85 in overtime.
It's so weird. So Wichita State has a win against the 1 seed, but has a loss to the 3, 7,
And 1 seed.
and 1 seed. Okay, so I think what I'm willing to do, given the circumstances, the amount of film there'll be out on these other teams by the time of this matchup.
And the last time Wichita State played FAU, it was just on Saturday. They beat them by 18, 88-70.
FAU against Wichita State, you said?
Yeah, Wichita State beat FAU on this last matchup.
Oh, okay. Damn. All right. Using, dude, it's so hard. Using the way I'm looking at this is that FAU Tulsa matchup. Now knowing Wichita State's record and stats, I don't know who I like more in that matchup. Because you tell me that FAU beat them by 26. Like, I hear
Uh,
that compared to Tulsa's 10. Shit.
see here. South Florida's conference losses came to Temple 79-78. Wichita State, of course, 86-85. UAB 109-106 in double overtime. Any others that I'm missing here? Oh, they lost to Oklahoma State
So
and George
Oklahoma.
Washington.
I know we've bet against George Washington a good amount of times, but is Okie State as bad as basketball as they are football?
Let me find their current record. 18-13.
Oh, that's not horrible. I was expecting a lot worse.
Also lost to, at the time, what was a 16th ranked Alabama, 104-93.
Now South Florida.
Yeah.
South Florida's winning this game. They put up 93. That was okay. When was that game?
Well,
Was that before or after
that
NBA?
was December 17th. And they also beat what I believe is a D2 school, GA College, 111-50.
Here, 1 second. I'm looking something up. Okay, so it was January. So I don't think South Florida didn't play against the NBA guy, so that's good. Um, yeah, South Florida's gonna beat Wichita State or whoever the fuck they're playing. They're gonna win.
Yeah.
USF South Florida. Your American champions. That'll be a good one to witness. I will say that. That'll be a fun
Oh, yeah.
tourney. Um, looking here, Atlantic 10 up next. I need the fucking. I want to see it in a bracket format so it's easier on my eyes.
Let me
Never.
get over that. You said Atlantic 10.
Yeah.
I think we already know who our overall pick's gonna be.
Let me see what I'm looking at here. Oh, yep.
Do we bother through it, or do we just want to tell them who's gonna win it?
Uh, if you don't mind, I will say I let's we can skip all the fucking first round, second round, quarterfinal. But I do want to see who do you think is going against St. Louis in the championship game? Personally,
See if
I
it'll
got
scroll
Davidson.
down for me.
But this one, we both agreed just that St. Louis is going to win outright. So there's no reason to really cover the whole thing outside of just for the viewers' sake and making it a little bit, choosing who we think
I
loses to
think
St. Louis.
I think it's gonna wind up being St. Joseph's.
St. Joseph's. I just like
Yeah.
the Davidson pick. Oh, dude, shout out the ACC. Shout out the fucking ACC, dude. I go to their website, theacc.com, or like the link that the NCAA takes me to for the ACC, just a beautiful bracket, just perfectly constructed for me. Everything I need to
Wow.
know. This one's a fatter tourney, I will say. Got
Ooh.
16 teams in
Oh,
here. Do we want to cover the whole of this one? Since let's. How about this? We pick who we think is the final for these like mid majors. Like these mid majors, we just pick who's in the final matchup going forward. But then for these like Power Four or like Big East, we just do like full bracket.
yeah.
Hell yeah. So first round tomorrow for you folks. Oh, this is fun too. Fucking 2 p.m. Um, Stanford versus Pitt. Stanford.
Yeah. Yeah. Stanford.
Uh,
Pitt's just they haven't been consistent all year.
no, and I definitely feel like they're the lowest seed in the whole tourney. They're the 15 seed, and they only go to 15, so they're
Yeah.
fucking they're not looking good. Uh, so Stanford over Pitt for you folks. SMU versus the Qs. I like the SMU to pull this
SMU.
off. Yeah, Qs has had a horrible season. Really disappointing for them. Um, Hokies.
I don't know. I'm kind of liking the Demon Deacons.
I was swaying towards the Demon Deacons, but then it became a battle of who I thought had the dumber nickname, and I settled with Hokies.
Yeah.
I don't really know
Um.
anything about those two teams. Kind of nothing burger programs.
Yeah. Pretty much. That's all the ACC is, unless you're Duke.
Yeah. Or apparently Virginia.
Yeah.
Um, so we'll go with the Demon Deacons on that one. Fuck it. So we got Stanford against NC State. NC State, they've been having a pretty decent season. They put absolute belt to ass on North Carolina like what 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
So they're still riding high. They're still feeling good about themselves. Give me them over Stanford.
I agree with you 100% on that one.
Hell yeah. This next one here, SMU versus or shit, my yeah, SMU versus Louisville. I think I'm just gonna go with Louisville. SMU, they don't have anything really that stands out too much to me as a program. I don't think they have anything to really pull their heads out of their asses in the tourney and make a push. I just think
Yeah.
Louisville gets that.
I'm agree with you on there and say Louisville to win, but unless it's something like insanely close, I would feel comfortable taking SMU to cover the spread.
Oh, I agree. It'll be a fairly close. Like, if it's within four, like I say, with it, if it's like three or higher, like 3 to 3 5 or 3 4 5, whatever. I like it a lot for or I think SMU would cover that.
Yeah.
Um, insert
We
matchup:
got
Florida State versus Cal.
I think I kind of like Saudi Arabia State.
I think I kind of like Saudi Arabia State, but hear me out, right? Hear me out. If we both like Saudi Arabia State, right? Then shouldn't we put our pick on Cal?
Probably.
We're talking about the terrorists here.
Yeah.
Oh, but we're going. Oh, we're looking at two different types of terrorism here. We got fucking Cal Berkeley versus fucking the terrorists.
You
Shit.
got the eco terrorists and then just the terrorists.
Oh, in terms of terrorism, I think the Saudi Arabia state terrorists are a tougher form of terrorists than the eco terrorists. So I'll take them to
Yeah,
get slaughtered by Duke.
yeah. I mean that's all. Pretty much all these second round games are. It's just who's going to be the fucking meat in the grinder.
Yeah, pretty much. Except for I want to cover. So we'll cover Wake Forest versus Clemson here. I got Clemson over Wake Forest in the second round on that one.
Yeah, I agree, and I don't even think Wake Forest would cover the spread on it either.
I don't either. But then,
So if the lines are better, then take Clemson to cover this spread.
absolutely. And I kind of snaking. So we've been going like top down every day, but snaking because I want to cover this while I have my mind on it. Because this is the only one that I think is or will be upset. I have Clemson going up against NC and fucking mopping the floor with North Carolina.
I like it. I do.
North Carolina, they're down what? They had another guy break a finger or some shit last week. Their star player had an injury like last month, and I think they said he's done for the season. Clemson, like Clemson, they're a more consistent program. And see
Yeah, and
their
Clemson,
name
they have
value.
to start proving themselves because we all know the ACC is about to fold. They need to start proving themselves in something other than football. Uh, just so they don't wind up in Conference USA or the Sun Belt.
Yeah. Well, I think Clemson could make a plea for the SEC, but only if they bring back their mascot of the Purple Gentleman.
I don't know. I don't think Clemson's at SEC quality. And I mean, we all know the SEC is one of the worst conferences in college football. I mean, all of the FCS is better than the SEC.
But it just means more.
Yeah.
Just means
Is that
more.
why their only win was a cannibalized win in the playoffs?
Yes.
They didn't
Now,
even did they even win a regular bowl game?
if we're counting Tulane versus Ole Miss,
Eh.
no, I mean you gotta give it to him though. I think you told me whenever that game was going on that you weren't watching it, but that was the best game of the playoffs, hands down. That cannibalism game where Ole Miss fucking finished off Georgia. That was one of the best football games I've seen in my entire life. Um, as we covered when we were talking about the terrorists versus the eco terrorists, Duke slaughtering them, right? Blue Devils just
Yeah.
beat the tar piss out of them.
Yeah.
Uh, Louisville versus Miami. Louisville.
This will be a real good upset here.
Yeah, Louisville. I've seen Miami's football season get ended, well, theoretically ended by Louisville far too many times. It's going to be Louisville here.
And Louisville's just one of those teams too. It's like they come alive in March. Like they can be, mediocre throughout the regular season, but as soon as March hits, it's like a whole different program. They go to NBA caliber during March, it seems like.
Yeah. They're just, they're, I think they can even make, like, I think they can make a Sweet 16 push if they lucked out and got an at-large bid for the tourney. I think they fucking make a push on the Sweet 16.
Oh yeah.
Um, Virginia, NC State. I don't want to take another upset, but it's tempting.
I just don't think NC State's going to get by Virginia. Honestly, I see it the way this championship going. I see it being Virginia and Duke.
Let me see here. I'm looking up NC State versus Virginia head to head because I'm sure they had to play at least one game against each other. They won by 15 points earlier in the season, and Virginia did.
NC
So,
State did? Oh, Virginia?
Yeah, so I'm going to just take Virginia to win again.
Yeah.
I think with tourney play going, I like NC State to cover if it's not a 1.5 game, but
Well, I'd say since their last game, they lost by 15. I'd say the spread's probably going to wind up being like 8.5 or something like that.
yeah, I agree with that. Um, yeah, I mean, I like NC State. I wish they'd get it done, but I just don't think they will.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Um, shit, my bad. Um, so that'll put us with fucking Virginia versus Louisville in the semi, and then Duke and Clemson in the semi on the other side.
Yeah, I think Virginia and Duke move on easily.
Yeah, 1 and 2 seed. I liked the upsets in the past round for those teams to get to the semi, but I feel like at that point, Power Four, regardless of the fold or them folding and everything, still a Power Four conference. Still, if you make the semi, you're probably gonna be looked at pretty heavily for one of those at-large bids.
Yeah, and then look at Duke and look at Virginia. Both of those teams, pretty much their starting five are all going to be in the NBA next year.
Yeah,
You're pretty much if you're uh Louisville or if you're Clemson, you're going up against NBA talent, and I don't think I don't think they have the talent of their own to get it done.
let me see. Yeah, Duke won. So they played not even 2 weeks ago, and Duke won 77 to 51.
Against Clemson.
No, against Virginia.
And yeah, I think Duke's gonna wind up winning the ACC then.
Shout out Duke Blue Devils. I'm in full agreement after finding out that score. 2026 hypothetical ACC champions. After we looked at the fucking bracket. Moving on here. Big 12. Motherfucking Big 12. I'm gonna try and see if I can get a fucking bracket on here. Yeah, I don't have a bracket, so I'm just gonna.
Yeah, they only have the championship schedule. They don't have a bracket.
I if you type or I just found one here. I'll send it to you on Discord so you can just pull it up.
Oh, I found it.
Oh, sweet, cool. Yeah, because I can't fucking just read at the numbers like that. I need it set up in a bracket system for my brain to understand what I'm looking at. Okay. So starting off here, Baylor, Arizona State. I like Baylor. Had a bit of a rough season, but overall they're a better basketball school than Arizona State is. Better program,
Yeah.
more tradition, been here before. Even on a down year, they'll still be able to coach these boys through a fucking first round win against Arizona State.
Oh yeah.
Worst in the conference, Utah Utes versus the Cincinnati Bearcats. Bearcats want the fucking tourney. Bearcats want they want to make a push. So
Oh yeah.
they're you are fucking Cincinnati all the way.
And then just the talent too. Utah, they don't have a team.
I believe I saw some stat too with Cincinnati where it was like based off it was like since February 9th or sometime in early February, Cincinnati is like they're like top 5 in the country. They're one of the top 5 teams in the country since early February.
Yeah.
Like and
They
that's
they've
looking
been
all the shit.
streaking.
That's looking at like quad wins and all that shit. Um,
I think the only team they really had a hiccup with was Houston, which Houston in and of itself is, a good program.
mhm. This next matchup here, I have a really. I know why you're gonna pick against them, but I think they're gonna. I'm picking against them because they just fucking started sucking after the first month and a half of the season. Uh, and also K State, they played TCU, who's our 6th seed. They played them close. I'm liking K State over fucking BYU, dog.
Yeah, and you got to remember too, K-State, the day after they fired their coach, and their coach said they were worthless, they didn't even just wear the uniform. They went out and beat West Virginia, who's the number 7 seed. So I got K-State beating BYU, not just because BYU is a bunch of Mormons, but uh, they're also sucking lately. And K-State, they got a chip on their shoulder. They want to prove their old coach wrong.
Absolutely. Um, when it comes to the Big 12, you can't really pick with reason in any sport. I've learned that growing up. Both of the teams I've supported in my lifetime have been Big 12 teams, Oklahoma and TCU. These guys will cannibalize each other. They do not fucking care. And the only reason that they do that is out of hatred. And their hatred, well, like this may sound stupid, but the same hatred you have is the same hatred you players have. So I guarantee you, these OSU guys, they're seeing their football coach get fired. They're seeing Coach Prime be a retard on social media, spout just absolute fucking nonsense while coaching one of the worst college football teams you'll ever see. These basketball players are seeing that, all right? And they're fucking tired of it. So I'm taking OSU to beat Colorado.
Yeah, I agree. Looking at their record earlier, they were doing better than I thought they were. Um, Colorado, you don't really see like a whole lot of decent wins from them. I'm gonna agree with you on Oklahoma State.
And then also travel time. Neither of these teams are going to be flying just because KC. But what I can tell you is fucking Okie State. They're gonna have like a 5.5, 6 hour bus ride, just vibes with the boys. Whereas Colorado's gonna have an all day fucking road trip on the interstate, traveling from fucking
Across Kansas.
yeah across Kansas and fucking Nebraska. And I wouldn't worse. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Granted, OSU has to go through Kansas as well, but they get the 80, 85 mile per hour speed limit interstate that's well maintained, no potholes, nothing.
Yeah.
Um, we'll snake this one too, like go up. Okie State versus TCU, Riff Ram Bazoo. TCU all the way on this one.
Yeah, TCU.
We ain't losing to a fucking 14 seed. So we discussed it, and it just so happens that the bracket perfectly lends to it. K-State repeat upset against West Virginia.
Yeah.
I like it. UCF going up against Cincinnati. Cincinnati, they're hot. They're gonna make a run. I like them to pull it out. I mean, UCF slightly higher seeding, but I feel like the Bearcats, with how they've been playing here as of late, they're nothing stopping them, short of Houston or Arizona.
Yeah, and if you look at UCF, they don't have a statement win over a power opponent.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, you could say Utah, but at the same time, it's Utah.
Yeah, the lowest rated seed in the fucking tourney.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Bearcats, good hypothetical win there for you guys. Looking here, fucking Baylor going up against Iowa State. Iowa State.
Yeah, agreed.
Mm,
Baylor's good, but they're not that good.
yeah, Iowa State. I've watched them. I've watched them compete through and through. Snaking here too. Iowa State against Texas Tech. Iowa State. Or are you liking Tech?
Let me look at previous matchups. Ooh, Texas Tech lost to BYU on Saturday.
What?
And they lost to TCU.
Oh shit! I mean, that one is a rivalry.
But they did beat Iowa State February 28th, 82-73. But before that, they lost to Arizona State, lost to Kansas, lost to UCF, lost to Houston. They beat Duke, lost to Arkansas,
Wait, who beat Duke?
Texas Tech.
I take back my Iowa State prediction. We're taking Tech in this one. Fucking who knew
But you
oil
gotta
money
think
was
too, they
that
just
bad?
BYU.
Oh yeah, true. Gotta look up a stat line here. Okay, yeah. Um, I honestly can't judge that performance too bad. AJ DeBansa had 21 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. Put up a decent stat. I mean, no 40-point game or nothing, but put up a decent stat line for his team, scoring a fucking fourth of their points.
Both of
Um,
these teams have lost to BYU in the past 2 weeks.
yeah, I don't feel like that's too much of like, because they do have a star player. That's all I can give BYU. They have a star.
And Iowa State also managed to lose to TCU, so they both lost to the same teams.
I think I got to roll with Tech here, just having that Duke win. Duke's a fucking. We both know they're perennial contenders year in year
Well,
out.
Iowa State, uh, Back in December, on December the 6th, Iowa State knocked off number 1 Purdue 81-58.
That's a good win, but my only issue with that is Purdue. It's proving to be one of those years. Like, I can already tell you right now, Purdue is not making it out of the round of 32.
So we want to take Tech.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Is
take
that
Tech.
word? All right. Then you got Arizona, who's the number 2 team in the nation.
Against the 9 seed, Cincinnati. I feel like I've watched Arizona drop some bad ones this year. Am I wrong on that?
They lost to Texas Tech in overtime on Valentine's Day, 78-75. Lost to Kansas that Monday before, 82-78. But they got their clap back at the end of the month and beat them 84-61. And yeah, that's it. That's all I'm seeing.
I think Arizona just beats them.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for the Bearcats for an upset, but they're probably just gonna get steamrolled by Arizona. Houston, I've been seeing their coach say some pretty retarded shit all year long, complaining about portal, complaining about NIL, complaining about donor money, complaining about all this different sort of shit. To where I almost just want to sick the fucking Wildcats on them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Their last matchup, it's looking like, was also on Valentine's Day.
That was before the coach was
Houston.
fired.
Okay. Well, Houston won that matchup 78-64.
That's still not that bad. You know, I hate to say it, but I am talking myself into K-State pulling off an upset against Houston here. K-State. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
why.
I think I can get behind it.
These guys have been so
I mean, don't get
fucking
me wrong,
disrespected.
Houston's been like highly ranked all year. I mean, the highest they've reached was number 2 in the country. Oh no, they were number 1 for a short period in time. Like a week, they were number 1. But still, they've spent pretty much every week this season in the top 10.
I think I got it. Like, I want K-State to win. I'll take K-State to cover because I know that game would have a weird spread on it. So I take K-State to cover, but I'm going to take Houston to win.
Yeah, I think that's about the best bet there.
Um, Looking here though, TCU versus 3 seed Kansas.
Hmm.
I'm gonna let you lead the way because I need a opinion without my bias.
So let me go back here to the TCU. Um, go here, looking at Kansas, their past games. Um, Last Tuesday they lost 70-60 against Arizona State. Um,
Wait, TCU
Kansas.
against Arizona State? They lost that bad?
Yeah, then they lost Arizona 84-61. Lost to Cincinnati 84-68. Lost to Iowa State 74-56. They did beat TCU 104-100, but that was in overtime.
Give me the Horned Frogs. I've heard enough.
Yeah.
Isn't this just a down year for Kansas too?
Yeah, it is. I truly don't see how they're ranked as high as they are besides just what's the word
Brand,
I'm looking for? Bias.
brand recognition.
Yeah.
Because I'm hearing what you read to me there, and I'm like 104 to 100 in overtime. TCU can easily pull that out in a tourney.
Oh yeah.
So snaking back around, that put us with TCU. I will say that's another instance of TCU to win, but Kansas to cover.
Yeah.
Houston versus TCU in the semi on the bottom in our hypothetical bracket.
I gotta go Houston.
I'm going Houston too. As much as I love my Horned Frogs, Houston's gonna have their number. Um, let's see here. What's that other one? Arizona versus we took Tech, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Arizona. Or do you
I
like a
think
Tech?
Arizona.
Yeah, I like Arizona. Just that they're one of those teams. Like they're one of the top four in all of college basketball right now. Um, Houston, Arizona, final.
I think Houston.
I'm also thinking Houston. Those whiny cunts are gonna find a way to the fucking championship dub.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Unfortunately, I do like that. Houston, congratulations, 2026 hypothetical. Fucking Big 12 champs. And then we're running pretty long on time, so I figure we can for Big East just let us know, let our viewers know who you think takes the dub out of this one. Personally, I'm
Yeah, let
thinking
me get to the
UConn.
let me get to the Big East real quick. Let me find the tournament. Oh, well, my heart's telling me Xavier's going to win the tournament, but something's also telling me that that's not going to happen. Um, my realistic pick though is going to be Villanova.
Villanova.
Yeah.
I gotta go with those Huskies, dog. I'll give you. Well, they won't even play. They'd play in the semis. I'll give you UConn Villanova in the semis. I think it's gonna be
I could
you.
see it.
I think it'll be a. If I'm being honest, I like a UConn Creighton affair.
I don't know. I think Creighton's going to have their hands full against Seton.
I think they can do it though. Like I think that. Like I don't know. Well, let me look. Have these two? Seton. They had to play in 25 if they didn't play in 26. Yeah. Oh. Um. Trying to fucking do this fast. Sorry. They split. each home team winning a close matchup. Seton won at home 56-54, and then Creighton won 69-68.
Yeah, I think Seton's going to get it.
I'll give you that. So we got
And real quick, shout out to the Utah Jazz knocking off Golden State tonight.
what were the odds on that motherfucker?
I can tell ya. Plus 220.
Hey, not a bad fucking dog at all. They're usually dogs in all their matchups, so I'm proud of them. So we got say so. Do you think Seton Hall makes it to the final on that side of the bracket, or or do you think
They're
St.
going to
John?
have to wind up going off against St. John's. St. John's, they're a real dominant team. Uh, I don't think Seton Hall is going to beat them.
All right.
I think the Johnnies are going to get them.
Yeah, that coach they got, what's his name, Rick Petrino.
Yep,
Yeah, he's
fucking
fucking
legend.
absolute legend. So semis on the other side, UConn Villanova. I'm taking Huskies in that one. I know you said you like Villanova to make the final, but I just can't like the Huskies. They're burned into my fucking brain, man.
Yeah, I think Villanova is going to wind up winning the Big East, and I think they're also going to make it to the Final Four.
I'll give you that. If you're that confident in them, I'll give you that pick there. So we got St. John. So you think Villanova is able to knock off the Johnnies in the final of the Big East?
Yep.
I'll agree. So shout out the Villanova. The fuck is their even? What even is their mascot?
Wildcat. I believe.
Wildcat. Nice. Big Ten. I figure we'll go Big Ten. Winner of the Ivy. And shoot down here to fucking SEC afterwards. And then move on after that. Try and keep it well or as concise as possible. Fucking finding a bracket for all these tourneys, dog. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't even see a bracket for the Big Ten.
Is
Who
this
do you
it?
think's
I
going to
just
be the
got it.
winner of it? Since they don't. Oh, you found the
Yeah,
bracket. Oh,
yeah.
there it is. I don't like the layout of it.
I don't need. Wait, you do or don't?
I don't.
Yeah, I don't. It's too fucking cluttered. Too many entries, random entries later on. Um, so I'm just gonna drag this over here temporarily. First matchups, which start tomorrow. What does that say? Does that say 4 p.m.?
Yep.
Hell yeah! And then 25 minutes after game one. Ooh, we're gonna have a real shit show here. Oregon over Maryland in a shit show.
Yep.
And then Penn State randomly pulling out a crazy dominant win over Northwestern.
You know how I like Penn State as an underdog.
Oh, I love Penn State as an underdog. You know, we've been off FanDuel here for a minute, but considering the topic at hand, being Penn State as dogs and that game being tomorrow, I feel like we move over here to our games that we
See what
have
the
up.
odds are.
Yeah.
They have Arizona State as dogs against Baylor tomorrow.
Arizona. I mean, we have, even though they're a higher seed.
Yeah.
So we'll parlay the K-State upset with a Penn State plus 195 dog. And then anything else you like with that one? Like any other upsets that we took?
Um,
Oregon's favorited, so I don't think that's worth it. Trying to look at what we fucking had, like what we put in. Okie State's dogs.
yeah.
That's a three-legger for fucking $1 equals 26.52. I'll slam that. I'll throw a fucking
Is there
profit
anyone
boost on it.
else? Anything else we want to add for tomorrow? Like, fucking Wake Forest over Virginia Tech. They're plus 122.
Wait, tomorrow? Wait, you said tomorrow? Wake Forest over.
Yeah.
Let me find that shit. Yeah, I'll take Wake Forest over the Hokies. $1 to win $78. You like it?
I do. Do we want to add Oregon at minus 170?
Eh, that game's gonna be a shitter. Never take a
Or
shitter as a lock.
SMU at minus 194?
Yeah, I'll parlay that. I'll go back in. Well, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna take Wake Forest off, and then just do a three-leg between K-State, Penn State, and Okie State as the state parlay with the boost. I'm gonna do that. But then what I'm also gonna do is I'm gonna go back in here. I'm gonna take Oregon, SMU, K-State, Penn State, and Okie State is the one that I'm least. What was I put the odds at? Yeah, we'll keep Okie State. We gotta keep Okie State. And Wake Forest, six-legger. So SMU, Oregon, K-State, Penn State, Okie State, $1 equals $146.04. Pop that shit.
Yeah, I got a 7-legger going here. I got Detroit Mercy holding on tonight. There's like a minute 30 left in the game. But so I tacked that on there too, just to boost the numbers a little bit. But on top of that, I got K-State money line, Penn State money line, Okie State money line, Wake Forest money line, SMU money line, and Baylor money line. 50 cents for 133.
Fuck, 50 for 133. That'd be crazier than, like, if I hit on the one that we put in from the pod tonight, that'd be a crazier win. Like, if we both hit on our slips tomorrow night, you'd win the bet just off of it being a 50-cent parlay.
Yeah, and then I'm going back through and I'm redoing it where I'm taking Detroit Mercy off just because I don't want to fuck myself for tonight
Yeah,
or fuck myself tonight for tomorrow. And so that 6-legger is going to be 50 cents for 74.
that's not bad at all. I feel like that should count towards the qualifications because it's 50 cents for 74, which means if you put $1 on it, it would be like 140, 150.
Yeah.
So moving on from our first day action there tomorrow, which those will be fun right after work. Good watch. Um, we'll have Oregon versus Iowa, USC versus Washington, Penn State versus Indiana, and then Rutgers versus Minnesota. Um,
Yeah.
Iowa's gonna beat Oregon.
Yep.
That USC
I do like
Washington. Wait,
Washington over USC.
I think I got to go with you on that one. Not too familiar with either team, but I know Washington. Didn't we take Washington as a dog one night and they hit?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We're taking Washington. Penn State, Indiana.
I think Indiana. I don't think Penn State's going to be able to do that.
I think Penn State's got the first round upset in them. I think that's about it, though.
Yeah. They'll make a case for the NIT, but that's about it.
Yeah. Shit show game of the day for Wednesday. Rutgers at Minnesota.
I like Rutgers.
I do too. I don't think Minnesota's a hockey state. They don't know ball. This type of ball. Actually, no, they just don't know ball. They know puck, but they don't know fucking ball.
Yeah.
So snaking Rutgers versus UCLA. Cal. UCLA.
Yeah.
I think they pull that. Here's the one where Purdue versus Indiana. I'm taking Indiana. That's an in-state rivalry.
Yeah, Indiana. And like you said, Purdue, they haven't been to, like, I don't want to disrespect them. They haven't had to fight all year. They haven't had that fight in them.
And the way that this specific tournament is constructed, it really does not help them because either they're going up against Penn State on a fucking burner, or they're going up against an in-state rival coming off a win.
Yeah.
So I like the Indiana upset
And you know,
there.
Indiana's going to feel some type of way being ranked lower than Purdue. So that's just going to add fuel to the fire.
Oh, absolutely.
So I think either way it goes, I wouldn't take Purdue.
I wouldn't either. That puts us with Washington. Washington versus Ohio. Or wait, no, Washington, Wisconsin. This bracket's a nightmare to read. Jesus Christ. Badgers.
Badgers.
Badgers. Fucking Hawkeyes versus Ohio State. I'm going with Iowa. Because hear me out, right? Chicago's a lot closer to fucking Iowa City and those dying children than Ohio State is to Chicago. And I think that the dark magic, like, you either got Jeffrey Epstein dark magic coming out of Ohio State, or you got fucking cancerous children black magic coming from Iowa. And based off of distance, I gotta go with Iowa in this matchup.
Yeah, that and the amount of children's hospitals that they have there in Chicago.
Extra fuel. Extra energy. I like it. What we got here? So that puts us.
No, I believe it'll be Iowa at Michigan for the next one, right?
Yeah, honestly, let's skip to that next round where let's just skip to the last of motherfuckers coming into this tournament because I'm tired of trying to read this shit.
Yeah.
Iowa against Michigan. We took Badgers against Illinois. And we took Badgers against Washington, Indiana, and then fucking Rutgers. Or no, we took UCLA. So I think Michigan State beats UCLA. Indiana beats Nebraska. Or no. I think Nebraska gets a win against Indiana because. Or no. No, they won't even play Iowa. I think they just lose. I think Indiana beats Nebraska. I think Illinois beats fucking Wisconsin. And then, unfortunately, despite the dying children, I think Michigan still gets the win.
Yeah, Michigan's just too dominant this year.
Like, if they don't win the Big Ten, it's going to be a big fucking fuss up there in Ann Arbor.
Yeah.
So then that puts us fucking Michigan against Illinois, and then Indiana against Michigan State. I think I'm gonna go Michigan State on that side of the bracket. And then I've watched here recently, I feel like I've been seeing a lot more mishaps from Michigan. Like they tied it up the past week and a half, 2 weeks, which I gotta give them credit for, but they were having some errors there for a bit. And I don't know. Both of these teams coming off of wins. I think I still got to go Michigan to win, but I'm gonna take Illinois to cover whatever. Like even if it's 1.5, Illinois will cover it.
I think if it's that close, I'm gonna have to go with just
Illinois.
straight Michigan money line or Michigan to cover the spread, whichever's better.
Gotcha. Um, so then that would put us at an in-state rivalry in the final, and these two teams just played like what, a couple days ago?
Yeah. I want to say Sunday, either Saturday or Sunday.
I believe it was Sunday. Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, it was a 10-point game, right?
I
Because
think so. I
yeah,
want to say that sounds right.
yeah, because I had Michigan State at 9.5, and they lost by 10. I think Michigan wins, but this time I will take Michigan State to cover again.
Yeah.
So Michigan, shout out, Big Ten hypothetical champions on that one. Fucking, we'll just skip to the Ivy League. Who do you think? So they have the shit. Oh, they have a nice short bracket. Do they have a nice short bracket, or is this shit just set up retarded? No, the shit's just schedule and bracket. It's only showing me the fucking semis. Okay, well we got semis, so that works. Um, I don't know what fucking school that is. These fucking Ivy schools.
Is there only a semifinal for it?
Yeah, because it's already like midway through. That's why I said just 2 wins.
Uh, um,
So off of what I'm seeing, I like Yale.
yeah. I think championship is going to be Yale and Penn, but Yale pulls it out, gets the bid.
Yeah, I agree with that. Shout out Yale, hypothetical winners there. I don't even need to pull up the bracket. We both have Miami of Ohio winning the MAC, right?
Yeah. And then
Uh,
real quick, I just want to say here, for it being the Ivy League, if they're a bunch of smart motherfuckers, why does their shit look like shit?
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Why are the numbers blurry?
Yeah.
Makes no fucking sense. Um, last major conference we'll cover, and then we'll move on to our fucking just quick or we'll cover WBC for a minute, and then we'll just get on to our quick fucking tomorrow's NHL NBA, and then get on to our awards. But last tournament we got the SEC, which thank God these Southerners understand me, a simple man. I just want a nice bracket right off rip. LSU is the bottom seed, dude. I did not expect that.
Yeah.
Like, I have not been following them at all this year, but I did not expect them to be that bad, or Kentucky to be that bad, honestly. Like, is that a shocker for the basketball community that Kentucky had that bad of a season?
No, we kind of expected it coming into this year. Their reign as a blue blood is about to be over very shortly. They're getting outclassed by teams they shouldn't be getting outclassed by, like fucking Georgia. fucking Mizzou.
Yeah,
They went
Mizzou
into
seated higher.
Mizzou. Yeah, they went into Mizzou with fucking the Tigers, fucking plus 230 underdogs, and lost to Mizzou.
Fucking Mizzou. All right. So LSU, Kentucky. Do we still like Kentucky to beat LSU in this matchup, even though they've both been having shit seasons?
Yeah, yeah, I think Kentucky squeezes by LSU.
Hell yeah, I agree with that. I have Mississippi State beating Auburn. I hate Auburn.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Mississippi State on paper they've looked better than Auburn all year. Mixed results on the court, but still they've beat them before. They can beat them again.
uh Ole Miss versus Texas. I just got I hate the Longhorns, but I got the Longhorns winning.
Yeah. Ole Miss isn't that great this year. They've had some decent wins, but just not as good of quality as what Texas has had.
Yeah. And in this final matchup, my pick's probably gonna surprise you. I have South Carolina beating Oklahoma.
That is surprising because I actually have Oklahoma over South Carolina. I've
I'm
been impressed by what Oklahoma's been able to do. They even snuck out a win over Mizzou a couple nights ago, I want to say, if I'm not mistaken.
It's
It
just
was
the
either
way they
Oklahoma
play.
or Arkansas.
It's the way these fuckers play, man. You like the best way to describe it is you put a good team in front of them and they'll put up a good performance. They'll either win or they'll have a close fucking loss. You put a shit team in front of them, like one where they're just supposed to win by 20 and they're losing by 10. And South Carolina, I could be wrong on. Let me look this up. I definitely feel like OU basketball has lost to South Carolina this year. Where is South Carolina at? Yep. Yep. Fucking 85 to 76. That was January 20th, so it was a bit of the ways back, but these guys, man. You'll see them play, like, I'm telling you, man. If they're supposed to win, they're going to lose. Could not tell you why, but just how it goes. So that's why I'm willing to. Well, let me look at something real quick. Let me see how the bracket lines up here.
I wonder if they already have the lines live for it since there's not a whole lot going on tomorrow.
That will honestly swayed my opinion a lot, based just seeing the gamble lines. It said 9:30 tomorrow, I think.
What if I told you for the Mississippi State and Auburn game, Mississippi State is plus 220 underdogs?
Fucking putting the 220 on them. Uh, Looking at this line, I'm just gonna take Oklahoma money line. Like I know I just went on that spiel, but that's mainly just because I've been saying our coach is gonna get fired all season.
Yeah, Oklahoma is currently at 10:53 p.m. on Monday, March 9th. Oklahoma is minus 230 favorites. South Carolina is plus 188 dogs.
I think I gotta stick with Oklahoma. Like I gotta stick with Oklahoma on this specific matchup, just because I'm gonna snake and immediately go to this matchup here against Texas A&M the next day, and say that A&M beats the shit out of Oklahoma.
Yeah. Yeah. Confidently.
Fucking next up, Georgia going up against UT. I see no reason why Georgia doesn't have this matchup. UT is not a good
Yeah.
basketball. They're not a good basketball program this year. You can tell they went all out on fucking volleyball and football.
Yeah, and Georgia basketball, they've got a chip on their shoulder. They're trying to get funding for a new arena. So they're gonna have to start pulling shit out if they want to be able to secure that funding.
Oh, absolutely. Up next, Tennessee versus Mississippi State. I think this is about the only big upset that I'm willing to do on this round, and I'll take Mississippi State over fucking Tennessee.
Mm. I I like Tennessee in this position. They've got they've got the more impressive wins. They got the win record. I if Tennessee loses this game, they're doing everything possible wrong.
Looking this up super quick. Lost by 9 to Tennessee. Yeah. Yeah. Gotta give that one to the fucking. Gotta give that one to the Volunteers on second thought. Mizzou versus Kentucky. Mizzou.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go Mizzou here, just because they really need like one decent conference tournament win to secure their spot in the tournament without having to do the bubble.
Mm,
So I can see him getting past Kentucky here.
I can too. Snaking over. I'd even say. I think Florida is a fraudulent 1 seed.
Yeah, I mean, we know Mizzou beat them. We know Mizzou beat them already. They put ass to boot.
And I think they do the same here because if we got to keep in, well, okay, this one isn't in KC like the fucking, this one's in Nashville, which is still. You think Mizzou fans are gonna make a drive out for a #1 game against
Oh
fucking
yeah,
Florida? That's what I'm saying. Nashville, that ain't that far from Columbia. It's like what?
it's about a 9-hour drive from Columbia to Nashville.
It's that long?
Yeah,
That don't make a lick of fucking sense in my head, but I still think they make that fucking drive or they make that fucking flight. I like the Tigers against the fucking Gators.
yeah.
And then
And
in-state.
let's not forget
Oh,
too, one of our first big picks that hit on the podcast came from picking Mizzou as underdogs against Florida and fucking Penn State as underdogs against Oregon.
yes, that was a good night. That was a good fucking night on wins. Um, Up next, in-state rivalry, Tennessee and fucking Vandy. Um,
Oh,
ooh, this is one of those ones where we go to. You know they played. We both know they played already this year, so
yeah.
go based off that to
We're
a
just
certain
figuring
degree.
out when.
Um, 2 days ago, Vandy won.
Do we want to take Tennessee as a kind of revenge game?
I do think so. I do think so. Just because I'm watching, like I'm well, no, no, I don't like Tennessee in a revenge game. Honestly, the more I'm looking at it, they
Vandy
have
money line.
Vandy money line. Tennessee has losses to anyone who's fucking anybody. They even lost to Kentucky. And then they also started out their season, which I know we gave it, or we said they'd, like, we gave them to win. I believe we took Houston to win the fucking yeah, we did. Uh, they lost to Houston to start the fucking season, lost to Kansas to start the season, lost to Syracuse to start the fucking season, Illinois. Literally, their first win came 5 games in against Louisville, which they smoked Louisville, but past that, they not good wins. And then, I mean, not good losses, rather. So I have Bandy money line on that one. What we take? Bama versus Georgia. Yeah,
I think Bama.
I think Bama too. I think Bama's that team, or is the team to beat in this fucking tourney. Arkansas versus A&M. Arkansas.
Yeah, Arkansas.
Alabama versus Arkansas. Alabama to win, Arkansas to cover the spread.
Yeah, I agree.
And then here we got Mizzou versus Vandy. Let's have
I
those two
think Vandy.
Vandy. You're a Mizzou fan, so if you're
Uh,
taking Vandy over them, I gotta tail that.
yeah, I don't think they'll be able to get past Vandy. There's something about that Vandy defense that they weren't able to comprehend during the season.
So that puts us with fucking Vandy and Alabama in the championship game there.
I think Bama is just gonna have the outside shooting down. I don't think it's really gonna come down to Vandy's defense helping them out any if they're just not gonna be able to stop them from behind the 3-point line.
I completely agree with you, dog. It's gonna be a fucking. I think Vandy could cover, but Alabama, they're becoming more of like one of those northeastern schools where they're just like they're always there, you know. Like they're always
Yeah,
there and they're always putting out NBA prospects. So Alabama, congrats on the hypothetical SEC championship there for you boys. And that's all for basketball. Figure we can just cover our WBC kind of in like shit. Kind of like rapid fuck, I figure we can just cover like we got 4 games Tuesday and 3 games Wednesday, so I feel like we could probably get that pretty quick.
yeah.
Um Czechia versus Japan, first game tomorrow at 6 a.m.
Japan.
Japan's ripping them for 1,000.
I did put a side bet in though, just because the odds are plus 2,200. I did put a side bet in for Czechia.
Yeah, I saw that. Those fucking odds were ridiculous. Um, Israel versus the Netherlands. I think I got to give it to the Netherlands.
I gotta give it to Israel.
Go to the preview. Oh, it doesn't show any fucking stats because that's so stupid, dude. What's the point of having that feature if you aren't going to show stats? My thing with it is that Israel was not able to land on a fucking pitcher. Like I know it's the DR, but all game, like it felt like every like other at bat they were switching fucking pitchers. And Netherlands, they aren't a
Yeah.
great team, but if you're having issues figuring out who your fucking pitcher is gonna be, it isn't. I feel like that's like if all of your pitchers are playing like shit and you're having to swap them out, any team is gonna be able to capitalize on that. This next one here though, Canada, fucking Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, right? Or are you
I
liking the
think
Canadian
so.
upset?
I believe I'm going Puerto Rico.
I'll take Puerto Rico too. With these ones, I should fucking be going on FanDuel. Fucking, where's it at? Oh, it doesn't give me the WBC thing on PC. That's kind of lame. So, Japan.
And we got tomorrow night as well. We got Italy at the United States. This one's gonna hurt for me to stay, but I think we gotta take the United States here.
This was odds. Like, if we had spread live, that'd be a whole different story. But we're just stuck with only fucking money lines right now. So with those 4 picks there, I figure we probably, well, this will be a different story whenever the fucking spreads go live, obviously. But Japan to cover against Czechia, right?
Yeah.
Puerto Rico, we like them covering.
I would just take money line.
Just straight money line on Puerto Rico, all right.
Yeah, because they wound up having a close game today against Cuba.
Yeah, I mean Cuba isn't a bad team. Uh, Israel, Netherlands, just money lines on that one.
Yeah, I still like Israel money line.
You
I
know I
think I
will bet
like
on them.
them. Yeah, I feel like I like them better than the Netherlands do. Just based on the fact that they have so many of the top prospects and the minors right now.
Hmm.
I gotta go with Israel.
Italy, you like them covering the spread in that one?
Depending on what it's at, yes.
Like if it's like a plus 7.5 or 6.5.
Yeah, pretty much anything within like 1.5, I don't think I'd feel comfortable with. Even 2.5 would be reaching it for me.
Gotcha. And then Wednesday, we only got 3 matchups, so we can burn through these ones real quick. Canada, Cuba. Cuba.
Cuba.
Cuba. Spread or no spread?
Uh, Again, it's gonna play off of what the spread's gonna be. Uh, if it's within 1.5, don't touch the spread.
Gotcha. Italy versus Mexico.
Italy.
I like Italy too. Mexico lost to us tonight. How bad was the loss how bad was their loss tonight?
5-3.
Well, that's not bad. Yeah, I think Italy
No, they
gets them.
started coming back. They had 3 runs in the sixth, seventh, and eighth. 1 run apiece, but they just couldn't capitalize on any actual base hitters.
Hmm. And this one is going to be surprisingly tough. This next one is because I didn't expect Venezuela to be fielding such a good team here.
Told you they would. They had Salvador Perez.
That's one guy. Do you think it was just a matter of like they had him and then they told all these other guys, hey, say you're like 10% Venezuelan and then come play for us in Salvador Perez?
Pretty much. But Salvador Perez, he's been accounting for a lot of the shit happening offensively for Venezuela.
Mm-hmm. DR here.
Um,
I think I gotta go DR here. Just watching how they've been
yeah,
playing.
I would do ER, or if they're at plus odds, I would just take Venezuela to cover.
I agree with that. Yeah, and that's all over WBC there. And then move on to fucking NBA tomorrow. Uh, NBA, cover that real quick. What do we got tomorrow? So this is Super Tuesday. It's a bit of Super
I
Tuesday.
believe so.
Well, that's good.
Shout out to the Clippers.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good thing, though. We'll be able to fucking. We'll be able to, yeah, shout out to the Clippers. I see that. I see you, Clippers. But looking at this fucking lineup tomorrow, we got a fat stack of games, and it's also nice because this is about one of the first times throughout the episode we'll be able to put parlays in.
Yeah. I'm going to start from the bottom of the slate and work my way up,
All
just
right,
because I like some of the matchups a little bit better down there.
all right.
Um, so tomorrow, this one's going to be a little bit of a caveat. Um, it's all just depends on if he's in the lineup or not. If LeBron is playing, take the Lakers money line. If LeBron is out, take the Timberwolves money line.
Did the Lakers play tonight?
They did not, but he's got an abdominal injury, so he's
Questionable.
a game time decision. Yeah.
I still think I got it. Oh, against the Timberwolves? Shit. That's a hard one. I'll tail the Lakers pick there if LeBron's playing. We'll leave that off the slip. And I'll just make an annotation in the fucking caption. Like
Yeah,
if LeBron plays flip.
I I do like the Lakers winning no matter what. It's just with what the Timberwolves have, Luka's going to be doing everything he can by himself just to keep LA in the fight.
Yeah.
So I think just him alone, it's just going to be too much for him to get done.
No, I agree with that.
Then,
He'd need the game of a lifetime.
but yeah, we're talking another 50-point performance from him.
Absolutely.
Then Pacers at Kings. We're going to go ahead and take the Pacers.
Yeah, I don't like the Kings being favored for anything.
Yeah, no. Trailblazers hosting the Hornets. We're going to take the Trailblazers at plus 130.
Hell yeah.
I think we're going to want to take the. This is for the Toronto Raptors at Houston Rockets. I think we're going to want to take the over 216.5.
Yeah, it feels like a lot of these feel like low lines. Do we want to go and take the over on Suns and Bucks too?
I don't know because Giannis has been out.
Fair.
So I'm not even going to touch that game just because you don't know how it's going to go with Giannis being out.
Absolutely.
Because even then, the Suns could be throwing a game that they're technically favored to win.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for the Boston Celtics at the San Antonio Spurs, I think we're going to want to take the Spurs.
I'll tail
Or you could take if you didn't want to take the Spurs money line, you could also take the over 222.5.
that. Yeah, it'll hit that bare minimum.
Oh yeah. Because the Celtics defense. They're just gonna let Wemby get down there by the rim and just let him do whatever the fuck he wants to the whole game.
Hell yeah, dude. Fucking Wemby. What a freak of nature. Any other
Then
games?
what are you thinking with the Grizzlies and 76ers?
I think I like Grizzlies money line.
All right. Yeah, because 76ers, they they haven't been impressive to me. They haven't.
No, I've taken them for an early win before and they didn't get that shit.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to agree with you there on the Grizzlies.
Hell yeah. Any of these other matchups you want to cover? I know we got wild spreads all over the fucking place, so I get it if you don't want to.
Um, we do have an early win. Uh, win instantly if your team goes up by 10. Who are you liking for that?
Wait, we gotta win instantly, or you gotta win 10?
Yeah.
I do. I wish I had a fucking win 10. Uh, let's start the Grizzlies on there again. Uh, I'm looking here. Give me the Mavs.
Mavs?
Yeah, for that instant, give me Mavs.
All right.
And then just real quick, Lakers plus 110 money line, especially if LeBron is playing. Pacers plus 132. Blazers plus 130. Over 216 total points in Raptors versus Rockets. And then Spurs money line and the Spurs versus Celtics game, and then Grizzlies money line going up against the 76ers.
And then
That'll
again, too, if you didn't want to take the Spurs money line, you could take the over 222.5. It's a little bit better odds. I mean, not too much of a difference. If you care about that, then you could take the over 222.5.
absolutely. Um, let's see here. Any other NBA, or ready to move on from that?
I think we're good to move on.
All right. I'm going to do it a bit different today for hockey, or for tomorrow's hockey games. Instead of running through every single one of them, I'm just going to try and give you the ones I like the most. Um, I think here I'm okay. So I'm gonna go with Canadiens money line. Um, Penguins to cover against Carolina. Rangers money line against the Flames. Islanders money line. Islanders puck line against the Blues. Minus 1.5 for the Islanders, and then oh shit, we got a super slate tomorrow. I'm gonna go. I'll just give money lines for these last few here. Minnesota Wild, like them to win. Stars, like them to win. Anaheim, like them to win at plus 105. And then Avalanche minus 1.5. So between Canadiens money line, Penguins puck line, Rangers money line, Islanders puck line, Wild money line, Stars money line, Ducks money line, and Avalanche puck line, that's $1 to win 176. And then I think that's about all the picks or things we can really pick for tonight that are worth anything. Um, Closing up our show here tonight, got our awards for you. Who or got our awards for you guys. Caleb, who's your Henry Ruggs driver of the week for you this week?
My Henry Ruggs driver of the week for me this week is going to be Ryan Blaney.
I'm in complete agreement, man. Fucking broke the 23-11 streak.
Yeah, that and he came from the back all the way up to the front like 2 or 3 different times throughout the race just to wind up winning.
That's
Yeah.
fucking that's true driving right there. And then our Rasheed Rice driver of the weekend. Who you got?
Um, I think instead of giving it to an individual driver this week, I'm going to give it to the Goodyear Tire Company. Because if you look at all the wrecks that were caused this week in the race, it was all because of tire blowouts. And it wasn't like, oh, he got rubbed up against and that's why his tire blew out. No, it was like the tires couldn't handle the heat of the
Oh,
asphalt
jeez.
and they were just splitting in half.
That's fucking bad. Yeah, I'm in agreement with you on the Goodyear Tire Company. I'd also give a runner up to 2311. Uh, just because they're on such a streak, losing the streak. Bad loss there. Um, and then Dan Snyder, owner of the week. You know,
Uh,
I think we had something planned out here. If I'm throwing that shit to the fucking wind, I'm giving it to the Hunt family. I saw 1 year, $12 million for fucking being Taylor Swift's boyfriend. And
Giving
I
your team no salary cap to work with for the rest of the offseason whenever you're in desperate need of adding help.
exactly, and even then, like Kelsey, the one thing I will give him is he's a veteran presence who could motivate those young guys, but they fucked that up. They truly fucked that up because you go and give them all that money and fuck up the space available for all these other players trying to make money. They're just gonna look up at him and be like, "You sack of shit. You don't deserve that money." And then on top of that, moving to Wyandotte County, Kansas. Like, they're fucking stupid. They're stupid and they're awful owners. And Glass and Bush family, please save us. Please save Kansas City and the state of Missouri. Get rid of the Hunt family is exiled, no longer welcomed in KCMO. But yeah. Anything else you got for us tonight, Caleb?
Um, so tonight, uh, my Internet Explorer game of the night,
Shit, how could I
it
forget?
it's gonna be of a more of a remembrance kind of thing, uh, more as so than a thing that happened in sports. But sadly, March 9th, 2006, Twins legend and Major League Baseball Hall of Famer Kirby Puckett had passed away at the age of 45, or I'm sorry, 3 days earlier from the day. And
Shit, dude.
on this day 20 years ago, uh, every team in the Major League Baseball for spring training held a tribute for him. Uh, a lot of teams went out the field with 8 men on the field, kind of like how you would NFL, where if they lose somebody, they go out with 10 men on the field.
Hmm. Take a delay game type deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's commendable. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace.
Absolute legend for the Twins.
And we'll be going to see the Twins later this month.
Yes, we will. Boots on the ground at Kauffman Stadium for opening day.
Absolutely, dude. My Internet Explorer game of the week for you folks is the Columbus Blue Jackets versus the Phoenix Coyotes. Blue Jackets pull away the win 5-4. Saw Coyotes actually take more shots on goal than the Blue Jackets did throughout the course of the game. But still didn't really make the difference for them. First period, fucking Columbus jumps out to a 2-zip lead. Second period, first goal is by Columbus. Then fucking Phoenix starts turning around, gets 2 goals. Shout out Jeff Sanderson and Derek Morris. Third period, fucking Blue Jackets have 2 more goals off rip to they have 2 more minutes to kind of just fuck everything, or 2 more goals to kind of just fuck up the Coyotes' chance. Coyotes battle back, have 2 more goals, and finish the game 5-4. Coyotes they're just, I don't know. I hope they figure it out someday, and I hope they don't convert their name to something stupid like the fucking Mammoth.
Yeah. Hopefully, if they do wind up changing their name, they change it to something like the fucking Storm and Mormons.
I wish. But I think that pretty much concludes our episode we have for you guys tonight. As always, make sure to leave a like, subscribe. If you're on Spotify, leave a follow, and add that shit to your library to keep up with the pod. And as well, if you got any slips that hit, whether it's from our pod or not from our pod, send them our way. We love seeing fucking slips hit. Love seeing slips hit. And yeah, we'll be back at you guys Wednesday with more fucking matchups and or with more NCAA, more NBA, more World Baseball Classic. I believe after Wednesday we'll begin the actual tournament play, not just the round robin bullshit.
And we
Yeah.
also got UFC this weekend as well.
Absolutely, you already know we'll come at you guys with the UFC for every fucking event. Yeah, that concludes our episode tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys later.
Yep, we'll see y'all in the next one.
Peace.